A lot of people nominated Kingdom Come Deliverance. Listen, I'm okay with trying it during the marathon. I am. 100% I'm okay with giving it a shot. And if it works, it does. And if it sucks, it sucks. I would try it during I mean, that's the purpose of the marathon, is to try stuff that normally I wouldn't have wanted to play. They're washing clothes, so they're probably serving girls or something. Well, what a nice game that within the intro, scantily clad women, right? Yeah, this is how dating worked in the good old days, of course.
Hello, and welcome to James, the Let's Express Lane, where we get you in and out as fast as possible with 20-minute daily wrap, more coping and more hating on Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Let's just say, someone who was hoping to get 2K like he got last marathon, getting, after fees, someone figured out to be about $493 after fees. So not even $500 after fees. Yeah, big failure. Let's watch.
Good morning, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap.
Immediately crosses his arm defensively. Yeah, someone's very mad.
For what was Wednesday, the 7th of May, 2025. Today was the Viewer's Choice Marathon event, and a lot happened, to be honest. Some good, some bad. I'd like to talk about it in this video and let you know the honest reactions to everything that happened today. For some things, I'm actually pleasantly surprised and happy that things came out of this event. And for other things, I'm pretty disappointed. So let's talk. Okay, so first of all, today, we started with a level 1 podcast that had a cool Vice City theme. If you can't tell, today I had lighting. I had even what I was wearing today, all themed towards Grand Theft Auto Vice City because of the GTA 6, announcement and big blowout expose
But mind you, he was not playing any Grand Theft Auto games today.
yesterday by Rockstar. I said, hey, let's do some cool stuff with that on the podcast today, visually. But today's podcast had two primary functions. Number one, to determine what games we were going to be playing during today's Viewer Choice Marathon based on your voting. And number two, to determine what we're going to be doing for the next DSP Tries It, because it's been a while now since we did one, and we have many different options and things that we can do, right? So, today, we thought about it, we talked about it. As for the games, all right?
We talked about it, you talked about it, you bitched about it, you fucking hated it. That's all.
Number one, I found out that there had been a lot of troll shenanigans, that basically the number one game in the polling, which was Lost Records Tape 2 or whatever, actually had the least votes of any game. What happened was the trolls had rallied themselves on their dumbass Discord servers to go make fake accounts, dummy accounts, and dummy vote it. So literally the game had hundreds of fake votes. So I said, screw
With absolutely zero evidence of that.
that. We're going to eliminate that from the running. Let's do things that people legitimately voted for, okay? So, the games that ultimately made it into today's marathon were Counter-Strike 2, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, the American Truck Simulator, and Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. Now, the other game that was there was also Class of 09, but as I was basically talking about it on the podcast, people were like, you don't know what that game is, do you? And I was like, no, I'm not going to spoil myself on any game or whatever. And they're like, so basically, the game is a really, really bad visual novel. Like, it's meant to be insulting, cringe, and the only reason that you'd only really like it is if, like, you were really treating it as a joke, i.e., during this marathon, if you get, like,
Treat it like a South Park episode. That's all you have to do, because that's what it is. It's a South Park episode in visual novel form. Dumbass.
a lot of support and you're getting buzzed because you're drinking a lot.
Oh yeah, also, Lost Records and Class of 09 had the most votes in the polls. Neither one was played.
Then jump in and play it. But outside of that, it's not worth your time. No one's going to like the playthrough. It really, again, was a second troll nomination. You really shouldn't pay attention to it. So I said, okay, thanks for the feedback. I'll keep that in mind. Let's see how the marathon goes. And I said, let's start with, other games. So we put other games into the poll, and people voted for Counter-Strike 2 to be the first game, okay? Now, in addition to that, we talked about what we will do for the next DSP Tries It, and after weighing and balancing various different options, we determined that Wingstop would be the next one that makes sense, simply because
YouTube decided that. Kick did not vote for it, but because Kick had not given any money at the time, he ignored what they wanted.
never done Wingstop before. And for me to try various, sauces and things would make more sense than me, say, doing a place that I've done before.
My favorite part of him picking Wingstop was, what does Wingstop have, guys? GDSP, what does Wingstop have? I can't imagine what Wingstop would sell.
or that only has like one new item or something like that. Okay. So Wingstop will be the next DSP tries it at 60 goals hit. Okay. So we jumped into the marathon and we started with Counter-Strike 2 as voted. I played it for about an hour. Okay. And to be honest, Counter-Strike 2 literally plays the same as Counter-Strike 1. To me, it feels like almost the same game. I used to play Counter-Strike 1 in the late 90s, early 2000s. Okay, Dust. Yes, that map that everyone played on. It feels the same. It doesn't even feel like they've changed it besides graphically. Maybe they did. Maybe they tweaked the hitboxes or whatever. But man, it feels identical. Like you die right away after getting shot. You have to get headshots to kill someone, accurately and quickly. You basically have no chance to survive. If you've gotten shot once, you can't really have another firefight. You can't get health back. There's no healing here. One death, that's it for the round. Everything that I remember. And it's a very strategically interesting game. Me jumping into it after having not played a game like this in ages obviously means I'm going to die a ton, although I did get some kills, and I didn't complain at all. I had fun with it. I was like,
You got a lot of kills versus bots, not people.
okay, I get it. I know what this game is. So going into it, knowing what to expect, I had a good time with it. I really did. And the viewing audience was like, this looks like a game that's maybe fun to play, but not to watch. And I was like, well, yeah, it's not Call of Duty. Call of Duty is a game. There's tons going on. There's explosions. There's people going gung-ho, kill streaks, crazy stuff. That's not Counter-Strike at all, right? Like, that's not the game. So overall, I had a good time with it. The viewing audience seemed to be like, we're not so sure, okay? The second game we played was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Ladies and gentlemen.
And he absolutely fucking hated it, and I love it.
It will be live. Okay, I'm going to upload it tonight. You judge for yourself, but I gave this game an honest shot, an honest try.
No, you didn't. You fucking hated it.
2 hours I played this game. We barely got out of the intro. There's nothing going on. It's like boring cutscene, boring cutscene, boring cutscene, meaningless dialogue choice that doesn't affect anything. Boring cutscene, boring cutscene. Like, oh my God. Does the game ever start? Like, no lie, in the first 2 hours, here's the gameplay elements. A tutorial fight that doesn't matter because you never fight again in the first 2 hours. A gambling game that doesn't matter because you never gamble again in the first 2 hours. And then a sneaking segment. And then another sneaking segment. That's it. I'm not kidding you. That's 2 hours of the intro of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. That was genuinely one of the worst openings to a video game I ever experienced in my life. Now, everyone claims this game is good, and I told everyone, I watched my wife play the first one. I didn't think the first one was good. I don't think the second one will resonate. That's why I'm skipping it. And I kept telling people for 3 months, I don't want to play it. People rallied.
As you just saw in the intro that I showed, no, he did not say that. He said he was actually interested in playing it. He'd be interested in playing it for the marathon, because that's what the marathon's for. So yeah, he's lying about this.
You gotta play it for the viewer's choice. Do it. I spent the money. I bought the game. Okay? I gave it an honest shot, giving my honest opinions, telling you why I feel that way while I played it. All right? By the end of the 2 hours, we were still just in the intro segment, in some woman's hut, gathering chamomile and other herbs off the ground. We were butt naked. This was the game. And I said to
You were not butt naked. What the fuck are you talking about, DSP? You were not butt naked.
everyone, guys, maybe you like this game because someone told you what it is. Someone told you that if you keep playing, you get to a good part. Guys, I played for 2 hours during the marathon. What do you want me to do? It's boring as dirt. Okay? And I'm not kidding you. It was
It's a story-heavy RPG. So yes, guess what happens in a story-heavy RPG? You gotta play the game to get the story. I know, DSP, that's impossible for you to figure out. That's how you're supposed to play the fucking game. It's like he's never played an RPG before. Yeah, you have backstory, you have character introduction, you gotta introduce all the new mechanics in the game.
combination of trolls and people who are ultra fanboys of this game rallying to tell me how wrong I was and I'm an awful person, an awful gamer. And you know
You are an awful person. You are an awful gamer.
what? I fucking had enough of this shit. Okay? If you are so offended that someone out there doesn't like a game that you like, okay? I'm sorry to say you're immature.
This comes from DSP, the guy who refuses playing a game with a female in it because, guys, I'm married.
The thing is, I like games and I don't like games, right? And I tell you my opinions. And you know I don't sugarcoat anything. I'm very honest, but I tell you these things. These days, I'm not going to get offended if you tell me that you actually like something I don't like, and vice versa. Like, I hated Assassin's Creed Shadows. I played it for 9 hours. I said, I can't play this anymore. I'm dropping it. And people would come to my streams and be like, no, I like it. I'm going to keep playing it. I'm like, okay, fine. Whatever floats your boat. You know, you could literally watch me playing this game for 2 hours today. I was getting bored. I was yawning. Too many cutscenes, too slow paced, nothing going on, no gameplay. Where
And yet he loves Yakuza games. He's played every single Yakuza game. He's literally fallen asleep playing Yakuza games.
is the game in this game? It's not letting me play it. Very frustrating. Okay. So you can be the judge for yourself, but ultimately, I think that was a huge fail. I should have only played it an hour, but then people would have complained you didn't give it enough time. So I literally gave it over 2 hours on the stream, and people were still upset. So you know what that tells me? Only if
You're
I
a
kissed this
dick.
game's butt and said that I loved it, would people who are fans of this game have been appeased. It's one of these games that, like, there's such a rabid, adamant fan base who love it, and they're so stupidly biased that they can't take an opposite opinion and say, oh, wait, someone might actually not like this game. Well, guess what? I don't like this game. I told you up front, I didn't like the first one. I probably wasn't going to like the second. Awful intro. Didn't fit the format of the marathon. Don't know why people nominated it. Played it for over 2 hours. Gave it a chance. Awful waste of everybody's time, including mine. What do you want me to do? Lie?
Not be
Say
a
I loved it?
bitch.
Kiss your butts? Sorry, it's not a good game in my opinion. It sucked ass. Like, what do you want me to do? So, listen, I'm sorry, because so many people were so offended during the stream. I don't know what else to do. I'm not going to be a fake. I'm not going to lie, but it actually pissed people off. We had people who had previously really supported my streams and my previous marathons. Like, oh, I can't believe this. I'm not going to support this. Well, fuck you. Did you hear what I just said? Fuck you. You stupid, closed-minded, selfish, biased individuals who don't understand
Way to talk to your few whales you have left. If you have any left after this, that's saying something.
that not everyone has to like everything you like. And if that means you don't come back, tough shit. I'll still be here. I'll survive. But people were acting like entitled brats, spoiled, rotten assholes on my stream today, outright insulting me just because I didn't like the game. No one actually made a valid point of why I was wrong. They just said things like, oh, you're a horrible gamer. You're a horrible streamer. It was nothing legit. And it actually irked me the wrong way. If you can't tell, I'm talking about this a lot. It actually pissed me off. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm not going to change who I am. I've been a content creator now for almost 18 years. I'm not going to change who I am because people like a game and I don't. Okay? So, after that debacle, we had some food. For those who don't know, because you probably didn't see it yet, it was a poke bowl and a spicy salmon flatbread, some Hawaiian food. It was pretty cool and unique. I hope you'll watch Feasting with the King on DSP Reacts. That's the one video from today I'm uploading to that channel. The next game that we played was American Trucking Simulator. We played it for about 45 minutes.
That game was so fucking boring to watch. I ended up just being like, alright, I'm done. Can't do this anymore. I'm out. And he didn't even try. He just, guys, I don't care what the mechanics are. I'm going to drive 90 miles an hour. I'm going to crash into cars, into walls. Her. Like DSP, like the whole point of the game is that you don't do that. Like you're supposed to be treating it like a truck driver, like a truck simulator. Like you're trying to keep your job and make money and all that. Nope, not DSP. Just said, fuck it. Drive like an asshole.
And it was pretty fun. It's chill. It obviously doesn't have amazing graphics, but it seemed fun. I played the very basic version of it without all the nuances of actually starting the truck. And I was obviously hamming it up. I was paying attention to chat and drinking a White Claw and distracting myself purposefully to try to make it entertaining. People seemed to like that. And some people were even like, would you bring it back? And I'm like, we messed around with it for 45 minutes. I don't know if this would really be a full 2-hour stream, but I'd consider it. Okay. And then lastly, Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door. We played that for about 90 minutes. Okay. Great game. Loved it because I played this back on the GameCube back in the day. I'd always said that I wanted to play it again. It got remade for Switch a year or two ago. I didn't play it. We finally played it for today. Great game. My only complaint, I wish it was 60 frames per second. I don't know why it runs at 30 frames on the Switch. That's ridiculous. They could have definitely made this run at 60.
He can't see the difference, so what does it fucking matter? DSP, you're blind as shit. You can't see the difference.
That's lazy. But outside of that, the game has great, great gameplay mechanics, great story. It runs well. It's just a great game, outstanding. It's in the vein of Super Mario RPG and Paper Mario. It's kind of a hybrid. I love it, okay? So I had a great time with it. Guess what happened? Everyone oh, this game is boring. Phil's enjoying a game? Oh, terrible. Awful game. Why does Phil like this game? Why couldn't he have liked Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? I'm not kidding you. These people stuck around to be sour grapes on my shit. Oh, the game we like, he doesn't like, but he likes a different game? Oh, we can't take it. What the hell is wrong with people? So ultimately, here's the deal. This marathon, viewer's choice, right, was definitely derailed and spoiled by people who willingly tried to derail and spoil it. They knew that Lost
DSP, your fans voted for this. Your fans have been asking for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 since it came out. Your fans have been asking for Paper Mario, and you said no. Now they actually got around to playing it. Suddenly, guys, it's the trolls, not my fans, the trolls.
Records wasn't going to work, so they nominated it and voted for it with trolling fucking, people off Discord servers and fake accounts. They knew Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 had an insanely long intro that doesn't even get to the main game, so they made sure that that would be part of the marathon. They even tried to get this shitty Class of '09 game, and luckily I didn't bite that bait. Imagine if I'd played that too. Like, this would have been one of the worst marathons I've ever done.
Class of '09 was the most highly rated game on the list. Of all the games that has the most upvotes, has the best reviews. It's literally the best reviewed game on the marathon that he had. So, of course, he refused to play because there's a woman in it.
So, ultimately, this marathon was a derailed mess because of the availability of trolls, or I should say, the ability of trolls to influence it and change it for the worse. This is why when people say, why don't you do fan lobbies? Why don't you do things that have interactive control? This is why. Because every time that I present an opportunity for this interaction, the trolls derail it. That's what they do. They knew that the last several marathons that I did were very successful. They saw how well I did, making over $1,000.
Yeah, over $2,000, guys, during the birthday marathon. So that's what I was hoping for this time, and he didn't get it.
The past 2 marathons, and they said, let's fuck them this time. And that's exactly what they did. The next marathon will not have any influence whatsoever from these outside influences. We're going to talk about it on the podcast as legit audience to viewer, to creator, viewer to creator, and we're going to figure it out. And I already kind of know what I want to do. Maybe we'll think of something else between now and the next one. But I feel like we should have done a different idea that we already had talked about. Would have done much better. But
He wants
I'm
that
stupid.
closet
I let
cleaning
people
stream,
interact
that's it.
and influence my content, and it derails shit. So shame on me for being gullible, I guess, right? Anyway, what I would say is, out of today's marathon, definitely I would consider American Trucker Simulator, and I would consider also Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door as future playthroughs. I don't think anyone gives 2 fucks about me playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. The game just seems like this open world jumbled mess. Maybe if you use a guide or a bunch of fucking fanboys come together, they can figure out how the game is good. Sorry, I played over 2 hours. I wasn't impressed whatsoever. I thought that it was incredibly boring. And as for Counter-Strike 2, again, it's a game that I know I would like, but I don't know if it translates well to an audience, all right? I would definitely like everyone's feedback on this, and I mean it. I'm going to upload gameplay.
But everyone who says you should play Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a troll, and he'll ignore you or ban you.
I want you to leave comments on the gameplay and let me know what you think. And that doesn't mean to say, oh, I like the game and you don't, so you're a loser. I want to hear why something's good or bad. I want to hear why you think it works for an audience or it doesn't. Why is this game worth my time, or why will it never work? I want to hear actual, influential, intelligent, constructive criticism.
Emphasis on the con.
Not stupid, dumb shit from the mouths of idiots, okay? Which is sadly what I get bombarded with a lot these days.
Take a sip, you sleazy asshole.
So, I'm just about to end this recording session, and I'm going to upload a lot. I got the podcast. I got all this gameplay to upload. I got the Feasting with the King that I'm going to upload to DSP Reacts. I'm not going to put thumbnails on anything. I'm tired. It's already 10 p.m. I'm out of here, all right? How did we do?
Mind you, he'll be up till 1, 2, sometimes even 3 o'clock his time. He'll be up till 3 a.m. his time. But guys, it's 10 o'clock. I'm tired.
Well, we did hit $500 to support. Okay, that's great. 3 goals. So I did better than if I did a standard day. I did an extra goal. We're 3 goals into our next DSP Tries It. I got to drink a bit. I had a couple White Claws. I had some shots. It was fun. Overall, like I told everyone at the end of the night, I had a good time. But I think moving forward for the rest of the year, even, no more viewers' choice bullshit. No more chance for these idiots to try to influence stuff. Instead, we concretely think up good ideas during my streams, and we use those to run into great marathons. That's what's going to work. Not this nonsensical garbage of people trying to influence stuff and then steering it the wrong way.
And mind you, whenever I put up games to be voted on, they're all games I want to play. So no matter what game wins, I win. Why would you put games on a list that you know you don't want to play? Games you know you're going to hate. But the fans, you don't care about your fans. You just limited 2 of the best voted games because, well, those are troll votes. I don't want those. Even though, again, Class of '09 has the best reviews out of all the games that he played on the marathon. And so one out of 2 games he didn't play. He's a dumbass. But wait, guys, there's going to be a long one. There's more.
Right? Here's the truth. You guys can't stand the fact that there is a successful content creator that doesn't like what you like or doesn't like what a lot of the mainstream likes. That's the truth. You can't stand it. Wait, everyone says that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is great, but Phil doesn't like it? How dare he? How dare he go against the grain? How dare he go against the hype? How dare he be an individual who actually stands up for things that he likes and doesn't like and has actual beliefs and actual opinions? How dare he? Oh, so angry that he won't just play the stuff that everyone else plays. I don't know what else to say. Why else would you have nominated it for today when I told you I knew I wasn't going to like it and you probably knew it wasn't going to fit the criteria of the marathon? Right? Why are you so butthurt that I don't like it? I'd love to know. I would love to know. Why are you so butthurt that DSP doesn't like this game? Does my opinion actually matter? No, of course it doesn't. People who already would have liked the game would have listened to the hype and bought it and played it already. So why does it matter that I don't like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? Why are you so upset about it?
He continues bitching about the game during the pre-stream level 1 bullshit podcast, whatever you want to call it.
Hold on one second.
Banning someone.
Someone took the bug and says, it sucks your monitor got scratched. Can you show us the damage? I could, but who cares? Who cares?
Meaning it wasn't actually
Not a big deal.
damaged.
Thanks for the dollar tip. Okay. Anyway, so then we moved on to the second game. Now, the second game was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. All right. And for me, I was intrigued at Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. This is a game that came out in, what was it, February? At the time it came out, there really was nothing else going on in gaming. There's like no other games coming out that week. So it got a lot of hype and a lot of attention at the time of release because basically there was kind of nothing else happening or going down at that point. The game then apparently got incredibly popular and everyone liked it and played it. And people were kind of yelling at me at the time, Phil, why aren't you playing it? And I was like, well, I saw my wife play Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 for a while. She didn't like it. I didn't like watching her play. It didn't seem like a very good game to me. And, you know, that's my take. That's my opinion. And it's my prerogative to have that opinion. I don't have to like every single game that everyone likes, just like I don't have to dislike every single game everyone dislikes. We've seen that recently with games like South of Midnight, where I played for 2.5 hours and I loved it. And the entire audience told me, no, the game is woke crap. Don't ever play it again. And I'm like, I don't know what to say to that. I didn't see that. I was liking it, but I'm not going to keep playing something you're complaining about and don't want to see. Okay? So in this case, I was like, you know, since people are nominating it and they want to see it, allow me to check it out and see if it's actually good or not. Viewer's choice is a good opportunity to do that. Playing for an hour or more, you get a good taste of what a game is supposed to be, right? And then you say, is it good or not? You know, maybe I was misjudging it. You know, recently, a couple.
Guys, I was playing a game that's like 100 hours long, and in the first 30 minutes, it didn't win the game. I don't get it, guys. I thought I could beat the game in 30 minutes. What do you mean it's supposed to be an hour-long game, guys? That's bullshit. How am I supposed to play a game that takes an hour long to beat, guys? GDSP, maybe, just maybe, a lengthy RPG is a lengthy RPG. Which means it's going to take longer to play and longer to beat. So yes, the first 30 minutes of the video game is not going to be the greatest content ever. But that's what you rely on. You rely on the first 30 minutes to catch your dumbass fans. You're like, oh wow, the first 30 minutes of this game is great. But yes, when it takes a while for the game to build up, because it's a long, lengthy RPG, then yeah, maybe, just maybe, it's not going to be a great game for you. Play like that. Dumbass.
Months ago, I did a 5 Nights at Freddy's marathon. And during that marathon, actually giving 5 Nights at Freddy's a fair shake and enough time, I actually liked it.
You played the games fully. You didn't just play 30 minutes ago. Guys, this game is bullshit. I fucking hate it.
I wasn't in love with it, and I certainly think that it's overhyped by a lot of people, but I appreciated it for what it was. So I was kind of approaching Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 in that same regard, that, hey, let's together check this out. Let's see if it's any good, right? So, again, I'm not going to sit here and talk about it extra long or whatever. I played it for over 2 hours. On a marathon like this, I really should have only...
No. He got derailed multiple times, ranting, bitching, ranting. Multiple times. So out of that 2 hours, yeah, it's maybe an hour. And also, he was staring at chat so much, like, the game's something would pop up, explain something, but he's staring at chat, so he misses it. Then he says back, what's that rabbit doing on the screen? That rabbit tells you that you're a wanted man. They're hunting you down. You would know this if you looked at the fucking screen instead of staring at chat waiting for money to show up.
Given it an hour. But I kept playing it, and here's why. Arguably, 75% of the time that we were playing it, it was just cutscenes. Or cutscenes with a dialogue choice that really didn't matter. There was actual dialogue that's timed. It's like, well, say something. You don't have to say anything. You can just be quiet and nothing changes in the story or anything. So it's kind of the illusion of choice where it makes you feel like something's important, but it's not. But man, what actual gameplay did
But that means you're supposed to get involved in the game. You're supposed to be like, oh, hey, I really like this guy. I like this character. I want to be a dashing rogue. I want to be a hunter. I want to be a scholar. And you make your choices based off of that. Instead, guys, I don't care about this guy. Guys, I don't care about anything. I don't give a shit about any of this, guys. It's all bullshit. What the fuck do I care? So I'm not going to say anything. Oh, gee, DSP, I wonder why you can't get into the game when you refuse to interact with any aspect of the game. Or like the game teaches you, like, hey, you need to eat and stuff. Guys, I don't get it. Why does it make me eat? I can go downstairs and eat soup in my kitchen right now. Why would I have to eat in a video game, guys? It makes no fucking sense. The game is teaching you that in this game, because it's hyper-realistic, you need to eat. You need to sleep. You need to bathe. I know, DSP, bathing is not something you want to do. But that's something you have to do in the game because it actually affects your charisma score. Like, let's say you have a charisma score of 8. But if you smell like ass, it'll be, -2 to your charisma score. Like, hey, you need a 7 to pass. Oh, I got an 8. Oh, wait, I smell like ass, so now I got a 6. So I failed the charisma score.
I do in the 2+ hours that I did of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? We did the combat tutorial, which not only did I learn, but then I won the first fight, which was challenging because it was the first fight. I don't know much, but I won it. There was a dice gambling game that we did. Okay. And outside of that, there was 2 sneaking segments that lasted less than a couple minutes each. And then that was it. It was all cutscenes. And then at the end of the 2 hours, just get this, okay? You are naked. You are hurt, injured. And the first mission the game sends you off to do after sitting 2 hours through introduction is go harvest some chamomile herbs in the forest. Okay.
Now, in Kingdom Come Deliverance, the point of collecting herbs is that you make potions. You can heal yourself. You can also make the saving schnapps. You need a saving schnapps so you can save your game. Without saving schnapps, you can't save your fucking game. On top of that, when you kneel down to pick up the plants and all that, guess what? It gives you bonus to your strength. You actually get stronger. If that's a thing in the game, you build up your strength, you build up your stamina by picking more flowers and all that. Because it builds up your stamina and your strength because you're squatting. Like, the game is very old school interactive like that. So, of course, DSP hated it.
I tried my best to give this game a fair shake.
No, you didn't.
Okay. If anything, what I can factually assess about the game is that the first 2 hours just aren't very good. I'm not saying that that means that the entirety of the game is bad. In fact, I would argue I don't know how so many people could actually like the game if overall the game actually is bad. All right. I think it just has a really bad intro. Like, it's so slow moving. It's snail's pace. The blabbing, blah, 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 blah. They're just blabbermouthing everything in the intro. When you're playing a game and you want to get into it, you want to experience what that game is all about right from the get-go. And then if they want to do story elaboration or whatever, then you do that. In this game, 2 hours, and I had no idea what this was, what it was. At the end of the 2 hours, I still had no clue what this game is because I barely played anything. I just sat there watching cutscenes, okay? So the truth is, maybe it's good. But I, as you guys know, I'm a very honest guy.
No, you're
I
not.
react and respond in a way that's very honest and matter of fact. And so 2 hours in, I'm like, guys, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I'm bored to tears. I can't believe how bad this is. Like, this is one of the worst intros I've ever experienced in a game. I don't know why it's snail's pace. It's so boring. I can barely pay attention. I'm so just not interested. I have no clue why you didn't actually, like, play the game for more than, like, 5 minutes in the first 2 hours. It's very confusing, okay? So, basically, when I said that, right, the entire stream freaked out, claiming that I was dumping on the game, that I was saying that it was an awful game. I just don't get it. And I'm like, where is this coming from?
You don't get it because you only played for 2 hours. It's a 100-hour plus lengthy RPG. So yeah, you play for not even 2 hours. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, you're not going to get into it. You're not going to get involved in it.
because that's actually not what happened. And all I can surmise is that the reason that this game was actually mass nominated and voted on for the marathon is because, again, much like with other games that the trolls tend to nominate, like Lost Records or something, they knew that this game would not work for the marathon. Okay? They knew that. They knew that this game had an incredibly elongated intro with insane amounts of cutscenes and that I was never going to get to anything interesting. So that's why they wanted it so badly in the marathon. Because much like a game like Lost Records, it's incredibly boring narrative-based game, or, they want it to not work. They want to derail my stream. They want to make sure that people get upset or bored or whatever it is so that the stream's a failure, right? I can't imagine if you liked that game, right? Why would you nominate it for my marathon when right in the criteria for nomination it says, do not nominate games that have incredibly long intros because I need to get a taste of the game in the first hour that I'm playing it to know if this is a game that I want to play in the future. So if you knew that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 had an incredibly slow moving intro that barely explains anything about the game, but it's just a lot of blah, 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 why would you have nominated it for this? I don't.
Because Kingdom Come and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 are amazing fucking games. You're just a dumbass. Like, it's not your fans' fault that you're a dumbass, DSP. No one's fault but your own that you're a fucking idiot. DSP. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, amazing game. Hasvo 9 had the best reviews out of all the games that you played during your marathon. And so, of course, you hated Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and you refuse to even play Class of 09. Was Lost Records a troll vote? Probably. I know I would have voted for it. But DSP, you're a dumbass.
Don't know. Take a look at what happened with Stellar Blade back during the Christmas event. All year people said, play Stellar Blade. And I said, I know I'm not going to like it. I know I'm not going to like it. I know I'm not going to like it.
Because there's a woman in it. That's the only reason he's not going to like it, because there's a woman in it.
But then they demanded it. And I said, all right, we'll play it during Christmas. I played it for an hour. Guess what? I didn't like it. And it's like, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. But you're forcing me to do it anyway. Okay, well, guess what? Now you see what I told you all year. I don't know what else to say. In the case of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, maybe if I actually said, I will do it as a full playthrough. Let's get through the intro segment. Let's understand the game mechanics. Let's get to the main game. Maybe I would have actually liked it, right? But that's not the case. The case is, it was a marathon. I was only supposed to play it for an hour. I actually doubled the amount of time that I played it to try to give it a fair shake, and it still didn't get to the real game. So obviously there's a disconnect here, all right? And everyone, of course, always wants to blame me for everything. It's always your fault. Of course it is. It's my fault that basically I made a viewer's choice event, and I believed that I could have open nominations, open polling, and have enough legit stuff that the event would be successful. Previous events, it worked. It did. Previous events, even though we had troll nominations and things that wouldn't work, we still had more than enough that the event worked. The reason that this one blew up the way that it did was because so many people like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and people, of course, took the opportunity to take my honest observations about the intro to the game to make it act like I don't like it. Well, I didn't say that. I said I don't like the intro. We didn't even get to the game yet. How can I even say if I would like the game if I haven't even played it, right?
You were so mad at the game, you rage quit it. Shut the fuck up.
And I also said, I don't know why people nominated this for the marathon. It's like you guys are kind of conspiring against me in this case because you knew an elongated intro wouldn't have worked, right?
Take a sip, sleazy asshole.
So I don't know. I mean, you tell me, what it is, because I don't know. I really don't know the answer to this. I don't know what happened. All right. What I do know is that everyone on the internet, as usual, tried to use it as a viral moment. Oh, look, old man crashes out playing a game he doesn't like, even though that's not even the case. I'm crashing out because this is a marathon where I'm supposed to be getting a taste of each game. And in the criteria for the marathon, it said no games with long narrative intros. And then people nominated and voted for a game with an insanely long narrative intro. I gave twice as much time as I should have and still didn't get through it. So why did you do that to me? I don't get it. Okay. So I just don't understand. I mean, you tell me. If you're a fan of the game, I get it. Maybe you wanted to see Phil play it. All right. But how is this my fault? Do I really have to massively
Your stream, your channel, your choices.
research every single game that ever gets nominated moving forward for any event to make sure that it fully fits the criteria of the event? I don't know. Exactly how much research and work do I have to put into stuff before we could just have fun on a stream?
How much work do I have to put into my channel, guys, before you just give me all the money?
I'll be honest with you. If it becomes such an academic endeavor, it takes the fun out of it. You know what I mean?
Crossed arms, very defensive.
If I have to fully research every game. Like, that's a spoiler to me to know that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has a 2.5-hour intro and it's all narrative based. That's kind of a spoiler. So, I wouldn't be looking about that. You know what I'm saying? So, I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. Um, and again, when like Eugene says, so it's not about it being your fault. It's about you not listening to us. About what? What are you talking about? What didn't I listen? I did listen. I listened to you. I played the game you wanted. It didn't work for the marathon. You see what I'm saying? Everyone has an issue with me basically not loving this game during the marathon. But when you actually get down to it and you're like, so what's the big deal? What actually is the issue? No one actually has a legit answer. Oh, well, it's because you did it. Well, what? What did I do wrong? I was honest. It didn't fit the criteria for the marathon. It wasn't an entertaining first 2 hours. So what's wrong with that? Right? You know? Davian says, to an extent, you should have not bothered with it from the time of the polling. It was never going to work, marathon or otherwise. You weren't interested, and neither were the core fans. It's not about liking the game. It's about insulting real fans and viewers on the Daily Rap last night. The Daily Rap last night, here's what I said, and I'll repeat what I said. All right? If you love Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and you're someone that's in love with it so much,
We just watch you yell, fuck you, you're stupid, you're a mouth-drooling moron.
That you can't accept the fact that someone else might not like the intro, that's incredibly, like, I don't know, what's the word, immature, entitled, selfish. Like, someone can't disagree with you. And listen, I used to be like that too, right? Absolutely. When I was younger and I was a younger YouTuber and I was very closed-minded, I'd be like, well, I like this game and I don't like this game, right? And based on that, I would make judgments on games and then say, if you don't agree with me, well, then you're stupid, right? I don't do that anymore. I don't make judgments. Listen, like I said in the Daily Rap last night, there's a lot of people who actually did like Assassin's Creed Shadows. I didn't, but they were coming on my streams and saying stuff like, hey, I like it. I think it's fun. I don't know what you mean. I'm like, well, what can I say? Right? I don't know what to tell you. You can like it if you like it. I don't. And I outline my reasons why. Then we move on, right? You agree to disagree. It just seems like in regards to this game, people just can't agree to disagree. Instead, it's either you agree with us, it's great, or you're wrong. And so I'm saying on my marathon yesterday, I don't like this game. 2 hours, there's nothing going on. I'm not very excited or interested in it. And I've got people like actively attacking me in the chat, saying awful things about me and about the marathon's a failure. You're a failure. You don't know what you're doing. You're just a bad gamer, this and that. What is that about?
Again, he wanted 2,000. Didn't even break 500 after fees. Womp womp.
And again, what it leads me to believe is that this was purposefully nominated. All right? Purposefully nominated because you knew it wouldn't work. That's what I feel. And maybe I'm wrong. All right? But I really feel that's what happened. This is a game that you knew the intro was slow, but you nominated it anyway because you want to see DSP be bored and crash and burn during his marathon. I didn't nominate the game. I didn't vote for the game. I told you I wasn't interested in the game. You still voted into the marathon anyway.
And yet, we just saw in the intro that yes, he was interested in it. He said it was a great choice for the marathon. But because he didn't get any money for it, suddenly it was the worst idea ever, and it's all your fault, not his fault. How is it his fault, guys? He did nothing wrong. He did everything correct. Now, funnily enough, he pissed off one of his fans, someone who gives money. Let's go check it out. Cade is one of his longer fans. Maybe not OIC long, but he's been there for a while. It's okay to not like the game, DSP. It's not okay to call us trolls, mouth breathers, and morons because you don't like it. You said the same stuff about us for a Day to Diver, and you liked it. Like, alright, well, that doesn't mean much, right? It's not about liking the game. It's about insulting the real fans and viewers on the Daily Rap. DSP Gaming, I've been typing what you did wrong for 10 minutes. Why are you pretending not to be able to read it? Because you're disagreeing with him, which means he hates you now. Of course, this leads to him showing up in Rawville and donating to Rawville, officially detracted. Good job, DSP. You just ran off one of your, I want to say whale, but more like a dolphin. More than a pay pig, less than a whale, he's a dolphin. He gives some money, but not a lot. Good job, DSP. You just lost yourself another fan by being a piece of shit. But guys, I did nothing wrong. Also, I'd like to point out 691 viewers in Rawville, while DSP at the time of what we were just watching, 273. Keep it up, DSP. Keep it up. With that, though, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you for watching. As always, like, subscribe, Comment down below and have one hell of a day.